Letztes Achtelfinale des Happy Bet European Darts Matchplay 2017 und wir dürfen uns auf den World Masters Champion von 2004 freuen. Ein Mann, der in 2 BDO WM-Finals stand, der einige PDC Major-Finals erreicht hat, viele Pro-Tour-Siege einfahren konnte, darunter auch einen Erfolg auf der European Tour. Die Rede ist vom König, the King, Mervyn King! Mervyn King fordert die aktuelle Nummer 1 der Welt heraus. Der Mann hat am vergangenen Wochenende noch für die Niederlande den World Cup of Darts gewonnen an der Seite von Raymond van Barneveld. Er ist der Premier League Champion von 2017. Er ist der aktuelle Weltmeister. Schön, dass er hier nach Hamburg gekommen ist. Herzlich willkommen, Mighty Mike, Michael van Gerwen!
One more place up for grabs in the quarterfinals of the Happy Bet European Darts Match Play here in Hamburg. And it will go to either that man there, Mervyn King, the number 16 seed, or the number 1 seed, the top dog, the reigning world champion, the world number 1. Everything else, apart from the UK Open, in fact. Michael van Gerwen, rounding things off in this wonderful, bafflingly delightful afternoon session. Really has served up absolutely everything, apart from a 9-dart finish, and even then we nearly had a couple of those as well. Prior to this weekend, we hadn't seen Van Gerwen on the Euro Tour since his 6-0 defeat by Peter Wright in the final in Sindelfingen 5 weeks ago. He's been busy in the meantime, retaining the Premier League, reaching the final in Dubai, winning the World Cup with Holland. And he started off in fine style yesterday as well, with an average of over 107 in seeing off John Henderson.
First leg, Mervyn to throw first. Game on.
Just to give everyone an illustration of that he means business this weekend. Mervyn King, though, knows Michael van Gerwen inside out. They have met many times before.
91.
Paul Nicholson is alongside me for this one.
Yeah, Merv's one of the guys who probably knows Michael's game better than probably 98% of the tour.
97.
They've played each other in the BDO, they've played each other in the PDC, they've played each other on the floor, on the Euro Tour, majors, major finals.
100.
So, if Merv doesn't know his game by now, I don't know if he's ever going to know it, but Merv is going to trouble Van Gerwen
134.
if he plays his game. And there were signs yesterday with Merv that something is coming.
And of course, he was one that threatened the 9-dart leg yesterday as well in that
98.
win over Richard North 6-2. It was in the 5th leg when he nearly pulled off the big one. But the key yesterday for King was his first 3 average, 132. That was the highest of the weekend so far. Not even Van Gerwen posted that yesterday.
Yeah, that's how you start a leg, isn't it?
And he needs to do something like that just to give himself any sort of chance, and then back it up with some pretty neat and tidy finishing as well. That's the key. Easier said than done, of course.
Well, Michael there with 170. Went for the open side of the bed instead of trying to sneak it under the other one. But Merv loves 68.
Does he like
15.
65?
Bullseye. Yeah, he likes the ball. What a rescue shot that was. Not so much fluffed his lines on the treble 20 or single 20, but
93.
the most important thing about that shot wasn't the bullseye, it was the fact that he didn't panic.
No. Didn't knock him off his stride whatsoever. Well, touched on the head-to-heads earlier. Van Gerwen's won the last 5 meetings between these two, including 3 on the Euro Tour. They met in Gibraltar last year. Van Gerwen winning that one 6-3. They met in Holland in the semi-finals last year as well, 6-2 that day, and also in Holland the year before that in the quarters. Van Gerwen winning 6-4. He also won their most recent encounter on the Players' Championship in a semi-final in April. 6-1 that day, but Mervyn King doesn't care about all those past encounters. He's just focusing on the here and now. He's one leg to the good.
Well, Mervyn King has never, ever cared for reputation, apart from his own, of course. He swaggers around a darts venue with the genuine belief that he is the best player here, and that has never changed. And it's a good attitude to have, I feel, because when you walk in an arena, you should feel like you can win. I remember a game these two had, Dutch Masters final.
94.
I was sitting backstage just in awe of that game. It was monstrously brilliant.
Yeah, one of 3 finals they played, in fact, the Dutch Darts Masters Final 2014. Van Gerwen won that 60. One. They met in the Austrian Open final as well the year before. Van Gerwen 6-3, and of course the big one, the World Grand Prix final of 2012. And King again came unstuck at the hands of MVG, but he might not come unstuck here. He's chipped off 95, and if Van Gerwen doesn't take this out, King is handily placed. Only 1 dart in hand here at double 10.
Yes. Short in the second leg, Michael Van Gerwen.
I feel Michael Van Gerwen had to hit that.
Mervyn to throw first.
Just to stop the little demons trying to creep into his psyche. And the adjustment of just going a little bit more to the left of the hockey, that's the mark
60
of a world number 1. And he said in his interview last night, didn't he? He was asked the question by Elmar when everybody was paying attention and some people were leaving because it was a very long day, and he said, well, that's why I'm a world number 1, isn't it? And it just goes to show the confidence that he has. So you got 2 testosterone-filled, confidence-filled dart players up there, and we've got a real battle of
100.
the tungsten ahead of us.
Yeah. Well, Van Gerwen looking to regain this title. He won it 2 years ago when it was staged in Innsbruck. If he does so, it will be his 16th European Tour title.
.38.
I was in the players' room just after the Joe Cullen match, and speaking to Joe a bit, and he just said he can't believe how hot it is up there.
58.
And it is going to play a part over the course of the next few hours. Whoever handles it the most, I feel, will win this.
19th here for King, or will he?
Should do.
Yep.
Should stay there. A little smirk from the King, as if to say, how dare you not take my dart. I think to say that people don't see of Merv, you know. He's a genuinely funny man. And if you're in his inner circle, he is incredible crack. He really is. He's just got such an infectious laugh.
64.
Single 16 leaves double 16.
Short in the third
and MVG starting to do what he did against Hendo last night late on.
Flag Michael to throw first.
Yeah, he just seemed to get into his stride, didn't he? As we all knew he would, sooner or later. And he looks to be in his stride here as well.
Well, when John Henderson was playing him last night, he was hitting him with everything he had. He had every caber in his pocket, and he was tossing it Michael Van Gerwen's way. But Michael had every single answer to it.
Yeah.
.57.
few ironic boos around the crowd as the dream of a 9-dart leg passes us by once again.
It's going to be like a bus, isn't it, this 9-darter, where someone's going to hit one, and there's probably going to be 3 in the same weekend. Well, Michael van Gerwen has, of course, hit 2 in the same game.
56.
Only 2 players in history have done that, himself and Phil Taylor. I just feel the trebles are starting to dry up ever so slightly for Mervyn.
Yeah, I was just
and he just needs to correct that very quickly, otherwise he might allow Van Gerwen to just get a bit of space, and when he gets in front, he invariably does sprint very well.
Well, Van Gerwen started the year winning the World Championship at Alexandra Palace. He backed the Masters, he won a UK Open qualifier, he's won a couple of Players' Championship events, he's won a Euro Tour event, he's won the Premier League, he won the World Cup.
86.
And people say he's not had a great start to the year compared to last year.
To some people, that's a great career. Never mind a good season.
I mean,
144 for King. Oh, he fancied that, you know.
128. Michael, you require 40.
he holds every major ranking title apart from the UK Open, which he had to sit out because of injury. Double 10 though for Van Gerwen here.
Mervyn, you require
Can't
16.
allow Mervyn King a shot at the bottom left of the board, because he be like a piece of bread looking at the gravy.
Team short and a full
I
flag.
want to dip my
Mervyn
bread
King.
in that, and he just did.
Fifth leg, Mervyn to throw first. Game on.
And more
Certainly is
important,
game on, yeah.
it's a break of throw, isn't it? It's a different game if it's 3-1 Van Gerwen. Now King gets a little bit of a sniff on throw again, and
84.
you might still think that Michael van Gerwen is favourite because he's world number one seed, but at least Mervyn's got his throw back.
134.
He's got his moto back as well.
180.
Interesting. Bit of pressure here on Michael van Gerwen. Could so easily have been 3-1. It isn't, and now all of a sudden King has a bit of momentum behind him here once more. Okay, he's on his throw. He's got a lead of 33. Needs to find a big treble, and he does. Could do with another one. Yeah.
129.
That's stylishly done.
That's experience, that is. That's a wink type shot. Just, yeah, I know what I'm doing.
140.
And that's just as good from Van Gerwen.
108.
Merv will undoubtedly try and leave double 16. Or will he?
Oh, well.
I am amazed he didn't go 19s. Absolutely amazed.
30.
Could bite him if Michael van Gerwen can just lift his second dart over the first one.
58.
Now Merv's going to try and leave double 16 again, unless he hits the 16, goes for double 4.
Curious, that. Anyway, back on the board.
52. Michael, you require
And Van Gerwen has an opportunity to break once again here. Could be a third successive break of throw. Double 12. 6. Oh,
66.
uncharacteristic is not the
Mervyn, you
word, I
require 16.
Well, when he hit that treble 16, I think everybody in here, including myself and yourself, Rob, didn't expect him to miss double 12 and double 6. 2 4s for the King. 2 2s. Oh, he sneaks it in there.
think. Echoes of Peter Hudson and Alan Norris, that one.
Yep, it's a double. It's the same size as the rest of them. And Merv's wiping his brow a bit. He's played in a lot of different atmospheres around the world.
60.
That game that we mentioned earlier, the Dutch Masters, that Michael van Gerwen won with silly averages, and Merv was with him the whole way. It was just bonkers. But it was very, very hot in there too.
Well, that last leg that King won was an 18-dart hold, and that's not seen often, is it? You hold your throw with 18 darts against Van Gerwen in a leg.
95.
No, not at all.
Not for one moment am I going to say, when was the last time that happened, because that will take some digging out. But yeah, it's a rare thing.
130.
Just a growing sense of belief amongst the crowd that we might be on for something here.
139.
Well, what is incredibly curious is that every time they start the show off here at 1 o'clock in the afternoon in Germany and they introduce Michael van Gerwen's on later, he does get booed, and I'm trying to figure out why.
105. Michael Equals 78.
He will get cheered if he hits the 78 though. 20 for tops. Tops it is for 3-3.
38.
And if King can have a crack at this 160, he's hit a few of these in his time. This might just get a few people off the benches.
Yeah, that final dart just setting up this opportunity. Big opportunity it was, but it won't go this time. But the way that Van Gerwen
100.
struggled with his doubles in that previous leg, you know, if he suddenly comes inside for double 10, which he has done, it could be a problem, but it's not this time.
Short in the 6th leg, Michael van Gerwen. 7th leg, Mervyn to throw first.
See many a dart pinging a double over the course of a 3-day Euro Tour, but you look at that double 10 and you think, how many could Michael van Gerwen fit in there?
140.
It was right on the right-hand wire, and if he'd have gone to the left, he probably could have fit another 5 or 6 in there.
He can fit one more in there as well, but some 40 for Van Gerwen.
It's toe-to-toe stuff now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this is the kind of contest that Merv relishes, really. He'll go toe-to-toe with anybody in the world. He was the original big 180 hitter. He had the record at Lakeside.
134.
Back in the 90s, I think it was. He had the most 180s in the tournament. That's since been surpassed. He can still score with the best of them.
97.
Ah, what's a shame. I have to say Van Gerwen's favourite here for this leg for another break of throw.
140.
You can see Merv is feeling the heat a bit.
84. Michael, you require 87.
Sincerely hope he's got a towel up there to keep himself dry. Double 5. Is that a game changer?
Michael van Gerwen.
I think it could be. An 87 checkout and a second break of throw for Van Gerwen. King was lurking there on 90.
57.
I think it's fair to say that Van Gerwen is probably not pleased with the way he's played in this match, but he's got to be pleased with the fact he's scrapping well.
Yeah,
he's 4-3 up.
Yeah, he's having to as well. That's a testament to Mervyn King, you have to say.
58.
It's, well, two very different matches, I suppose, so it's not really easy to compare the two, but I think it's a marginal step down from last night. But he's always capable of throwing big scores like that.
Can the King answer? That's not a bad reply. He's trying to stick with him. Van Gerwen's back in his 60 again. Can he get another 180? Yes, he can.
180.
Yeah, it's all coming into place now for Michael van Gerwen.
Another 60 will leave a finish.
97. Michael, you require 84.
Treble 20. Treble 16 would have left double 8.
52.
He's just gone up a gear and give himself some breathing room.
Well, we said at the start that the key for King was to
100.
produce
Michael,
the
32.
power scoring that he did yesterday in the first visits, the opening visits, that 3-dart average of 132, and he's been nowhere near that. The first 9 average was really healthy yesterday as well, and it's just not been there. And when he's had the opportunities, okay, he's got 3 legs on the board, but he just seems to be running out of steam now, and he's not putting any pressure on Michael van Gerwen. And the top seed is now 1 leg away from meeting Peter Hudson in the quarterfinals this evening. What an occasion that will be for Peter Hudson, who has played Van Gerwen before. Has been beaten by him before, but not by as much as you'd think.
But he's never been in a final session of a Euro Tour before.
In front of 2,500 fans even.
100.
Now then, Can we round off the afternoon session with the Holy Grail, the big one? No, we can't. And
Right, he
Michael
was
van Gerwen
thinking
knows.
about it, wasn't he?
Yeah, just to give the fans something to talk about in the mid-session interval. Or in between session intervals.
Looks pretty ominous now. Van Gerwen trying to leave another finish. Does so.
128.
Using the 18s. Trying to guarantee a finish. Single 18 there would have left 117. We know how much he likes a 170.
140.
All we've got to do is go back to that game with Rob Cross at the UK Open.
134.
He hit a brace of them. 134.
Yeah, he's got
Top
the 54. Surely not. What a way to seal it. Michael van Gerwen rounding things off in style with a sublime checkout of 134. Similar to yesterday when he beat John Henderson, he rounded things off with 128. And okay, he wasn't really at his most brutal best there, Michael van Gerwen, but he still averaged 102.76. And Mervyn King did what he could, but it was not enough on the day. The number 16 seed is out of the tournament. Van Gerwen marches on, relatively untroubled to face Peter Hudson in one of our 4 quarterfinals from 7 o'clock. Join us for that.
You never can underestimate the King. He's been there, he knows the pressure, and he knows what to do. And to be fair, I know if I play my game, I can beat him much easier. But he made me really tough, and I made myself tough. And then you need to work harder. But fair enough, I won, and that's the most important thing.
That's right. He's actually the one who you won your first major event against in the final. World Grand Prix, was it 2012? Is it so long ago?
Yeah, I was 5-2 behind the sets, and I still won that game. That was an amazing moment for me, and I think that maybe that was even my turning point. I become this good.
Peter Hudson is the next one. That's the big surprise of the tournament.
I think that's a big surprise, but we all know Peter for a long time. He's a good player, but I need to do my job later on and make sure I play really well. And I have to beat him. Doesn't matter what it is. Even the last leg doesn't matter. A win is a win.
Okay. See you later. Thank you very much, Michael. Michael van Gerwen. Trifft